Hey guys, Buff from GmbH today, bringing you a video for our Insurgency Sandstorm weapon videos, and today we're covering the AUG A3. So I'm going to build this thing up, show you some of the stats of the weapon, how the recoil controls with this weapon when you're controlling it, and then just letting it rip so you guys can see. This is on PS5, so this is one of the easier weapons I would say to control on PS5 due to the rate of fire on this weapon also. So we'll build this up, I'll show you a few different builds as well as some customized optics, and then we'll jump into some raw gameplay as well as go over some info. First off, we'll go ahead to our weapon itself. So here's the AUG A3 available for 3 points for the Rifleman class, as well as Observer, Commander, and a few others there as well. So this is, again, a really cheap weapon, only at 3 points. You can put a lot of attachments on it. So in the gameplay, I'm going to build it how I have it, mainly here in the gameplay. In the barrel, we're going to run the suppressor for 3 points. The optics, I'm going to run the 2x flip on this. I think this is a really good choice here for 2 points, just because there's a lot of situations where you can get some nice headshots at ranges utilizing the 2x flip there. So we'll put that on. And then for close quarters, obviously you can just utilize the EOTech holographic sight there when going in full auto. We'll go ahead for the underbarrel attachment. You obviously get that built-in grip on the AUG right away, so you really don't need to waste an attachment here. But for a lot of games, specifically when I'm playing the Observer, I'm going to put a smoke launcher on here just to provide cover for the team. And again, this really comes in use when we're moving, so we have a smoke screen to move against. So we'll put that smoke launcher on for only 1 point. Then the side rail, we'll go ahead and run that laser light for 2 points. Give us that nice laser there on the right-hand side. And then we have the... You can see what it looks like here at base without any aesthetic camouflage on there. It still looks really nice. And then for the aesthetics, we'll put on the desert hex there. I really like how that looks with the AUG, with the A3 variant here. So really nice looking weapon. And again, really quick here, if we go ahead and just look at some, you can see what the other grips and attachments are here for the underbarrel. You can see how that looks. So we'll go ahead and keep the smoke launcher. You can see the full-length Picatinny on the top there of the weapon, and where the smoke launcher goes on the Picatinny there on the bottom. Really nice looking weapon. It's ambidextrous fire controls, as well as you can swap left or right hand side for the magazine or the rounds ejection for this as well. So very ambidextrous weapon. Both sides can suit both left and right hand shooters. So we'll go ahead and back out here now. One thing to note here, I don't know why here in the custom game you can't do the extended mag option, but the extended mag option goes from 30 to 42 rounds, I believe it is. And here you can see some of the stats of the weapon. Obviously, it's firing that 5.56 by 45 millimeter NATO. Rate of fire is a nice, easy 600 rounds per minute. That's why it's really easy to control this weapon, especially on full auto. Velocity, 970 meters per second. Penetration, 339. Horizontal recoil is 8 to the left, 24 vertical up and to the right slightly. And then for the magazine capacity, I said 30. And obviously, the extended is going to go up to 42, I believe it is. So fire modes are full auto and select fire. So let's go ahead and back out. There's our operator looking really good here with our AUG A3. Go ahead and deploy here. And we'll go ahead and I'll just show you how we're going to control this weapon here on full auto right after I break my legs there. So go ahead, go over here to the wall. And what we're going to do is check. We'll go full auto here. And we'll let this thing just rip full auto. I won't control it at all. And we'll see how it climbs. So you can see there, straight vertical on this weapon. The horizontal recoil is basically non-existent here. Obviously, it's a low at only 8 points. The lower rate of fire allows you to correct pretty quick. So here, now we're going to control this. I'll try and pull down a little bit and try and keep these basically center mass shots at full auto. So you can see that actually follows the bright pattern of the vertical recoil up and to the right slightly there. And again, if you're prepared to control that, you can get this thing pretty much dead center. It's going to climb a little bit there, and then you just got to correct it slightly after it levels out a little bit. So you can see recoil not bad, especially full auto. Just be prepared to counter that up and to the right. But again, these are all center mass shots at ranges, really the ranges you'd be going full auto anyway. So you can see nothing crazy there on this. Again, basically all center mass shots. Some are going to bounce around there. You'll get used to controlling this recoil too after you play with it a little bit more. Do a quick reload so you guys can see the animation here. Really nice looking reload there. Again, this is our AUG A3. Obviously, we can go single fire there as well. Utilize our flip sight here. And again, range shots with the flip sight is very accurate. Just to get some headshots like that at longer range is typically what I'll use it for. Other than that, we'll just go full auto, and you can see hip fire on this is actually pretty good as well. So that's our AUG A3. Let's go ahead now and we'll jump into the gameplay. I have some really nice observer gameplay here on Farmhouse. We're playing as security. I think I ended up going 64 or 65 and 2 with this. Really good games. Playing with man named Nobody. He has a really nice, quote-unquote, nice grenade here at the very end of the game. You'll see after I go down the last time. But again, 64, 65 and 2, something like that here in Farmhouse. Farmhouse is a really good map. I love attacking on this map as security. It just allows for a lot of unique engagements and different approaches, especially on this A objective, which you'll see here how I typically like to approach this a certain way by throwing some flashes in, coming to the side, and taking the bottom floor. Really good map, a lot of fun, and typically get some really good gameplay on this map. So, jumping into some real-life information regarding the AUG here. The AUG is obviously an iconic Austrian assault rifle produced in been in service since 1978. The design started in 1977, hence the original name, the STG, or the Steyr STG 77 for the year it was designed. Put in service in 1978, replacing the 7.62 by 51mm STG 58 rifle, or also known as a licensed version of the FN-FAL. And like I said, been in service since 1970. A lot of different variations of this we'll go through here near the after I go through the stats of the weapon. It's been in multiple wars. It's been adopted by a lot of military and police, especially outside the United States. Police units utilize this pretty heavily, as well as the military for the Austrian military and others. Designer was Horst Wesp, Karl Wagner, and Karl Moser. Designed in 1977, manufactured at the Steyr manufacturing plant, produced from 1978 through present. And then you had different versions like the Para, the A3, and the A3SF, which were produced from 1988 all the way through present, based on whenever those came into service. The A3 actually was put into service and started production in 2004. So that's what we're utilizing here in the gameplay, is the A3 variant. Mass of the weapon overall here is going to be around 7.9 pounds. You're going to lose a few pounds there for the carbine variant and the H-bar, paras, etc. But around 7.9 or 8 pounds for this particular weapon. The length of the weapon overall here is going to be 31.1 inches. The barrel length for the weapon, the standard barrel length, is going to be 508 millimeters, or the carbine variant would be 16 inches or 407 millimeters, which is really what we're looking at here. The cartridge for this weapon is going to be firing 5.56 by 45 millimeter NATO, and like I said in the game, you have a base 30 round as well as the extended for the 42 rounds. In real life, it can actually also accept, with obviously the right changes to the weapon, you can utilize 300 AAC blackout, as well as there's a conversion for a 9x19 Parabellum, which we did see that in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. But obviously the 300 blackout would be a really nice round to see on this weapon in some games going forward as well with the right conversion kits. The action is a gas-operated rotating bolt, and one thing about this weapon, it utilizes mainly, even from the very beginning, a polymer design all the way back in 77, 78. So basically a revolutionary design back then, utilizing lightweight polymers for this weapon, and obviously being a bullpup rifle. Rate of fire in real life is going to be 680 through 750 rounds per minute. Velocity, standard rifle, is going to be 970 meters per second, or 3,182 feet, with the effective firing range being 300 meters. And the maximum firing range going out to 2,700 meters, or 8,900 feet. Feed system, like we talked about, is that 30-round magazine, as well as a 42-round magazine. And then for the 9x19 Parabellum versions, there's a 25 and a 32 magazine, as well as a box magazine as well. Sights on the weapon, typically you have the built-in telescopic sights, which I didn't show it here, but you do have the A1 telescopic sight, which is that iconic optic there with just the 1.5 times, as well as you have the A3 one, which again is a 3 times optic here in game with the Picatinis on the top as well. Unfortunately, you can't mount anything on top of that, but you do have those correct sights here in the game. But that's the AUG A3. Now, the different variants of this weapon, like I said, there's been a lot of different variants of the weapon, different clones, etc. But if we go look at the AUG itself, you obviously had the Steyr AUG. It's the base version. You had the A1, which was an improved variant of the AUG introduced in 1982. You had the AUG with different attachments like the M203s, Other types of grenade launchers, then the Steyr AUG A2 was introduced in 1997, which did integrate 1913 Picatinny rails. Then you had the Steyr AUG A3, again featuring a mill standard 1913 railed top of the receiver and an external bolt release on the weapon, which is a new feature that was added. And then you had other versions like the Steyr AUG A3SF, as well as the CQC variant of the weapon. So that's the Steyr AUG A3, a really nice weapon. Again, we didn't see the A3 itself in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Hopefully that's something we see in Modern Warfare 2. But here in this game, again, a lot of fun to use this weapon, and this is one of my favorite weapons when I'm running Observer, and we're looking to get a good win here because it is an easy to control weapon, and like I said, you can let it rip on full auto pretty easily. But let me know what you guys think of this weapon. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, this is Buffner Gaming with the AUG A3 in Insurgency Sandstorm. Buffner Gaming, out.
Hold on!
Get Warlock to strafe this target!
Station, this is Observer. Get Warlock to strafe this position, over.
Observer, this is Station. Yo, I'm here. I'm coming in. Attacking.
Go! New mag!
Okay, bugging out. Warlock out.
Thanks for the help.
Finished. Station out.
Reloading!
Hold on.
Moving!
Molotov out!
Securing Charlie! Charlie secured!
I'm up. All clear. You guys all okay?
Observer, this is Station. We're ready to
I
assist.
could be
Just let
better.
us know what you need.
All right, I'm good. Ah.
Okay, let's do it! Young lot, let's do this! radio, guys. Hit that position. Light those
Fuckers up! Station, this is Observer. We're gonna need a gun run right here. This location.
Observer, this is Station. Copy. Stand by for rolling. Stand by for gun run. Cleared hot.
He's gonna strafe it!
I'm out. Carry on, guys.
Roger that, thanks!
Station
Drag
out.
out! Okay, I'm on Delta! New magazine! Watch it! Flash out! Delta secured! It's clear! I'm up! Ah! Shit! Ah! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, how?
Get down! Get down!
Observer, this is Station. We're prepped and ready. Let us know if you need fire support.
Stop that! Stop shooting! Fuck! Man down!
Hold on, I'm a faggot.
Throwing frag!
Contact. East.
My fault.
We're securing Echo.
They're there! Right there! What the hell are you doing, you مغفل? Enemy in frag! Hey! Oh, changing mags! Let's get a gunship at the target. Station, this is Observer. We need the gunship over here. Send the gunship.
Observer, this is Station. Gunship gunship on its way. Stand by.
Yeah, I'm loading! On the ground now!
Assassin here. Moving into target.
Rockets incoming.
Firing rocket. One down. Target. Two down. Got
Hey, I'm
three.
gonna load up!
Five
We're
down.
Foxtrot! Casualty!
Okay, we're done. Assassin's leaving the area. Good luck down there.
Sister! Station, this is observer. Minigun support at this target. Over.
Hey, enemy Foxtrot!
They're coming in!
They're taking Foxtrot! Enemy on Foxtrot! Enemy on Foxtrot!
Helo's on site. I'm moving into position.
Copy.
Bye for now. Station out. Engaging. They're shooting at us.
What the fuck is he shooting?
Everybody, nigga.
Goddamn. We got 7. Nine targets down. Aiden Bixby at 8 now, right? Yeah, he's down. Another one. One down. Okay, guys. Attack run complete. Cleric out.
Fuck! We have enemy at Foxtrot! Fuck! We have enemy at Foxtrot!
Bird is on its way back. Take care, guys. Station out.
Copy.
Observer, this is station. We're prepped and ready. Let us know if you need fire support.
We have enemy at Foxtrot!
Get down on the ground! Fuck you, motherfucker! Frag down!
Head frag, heads up, heads up, heads up. What a great throw. Major league arm right there. Damn, I'm saying, bro. GG. GG's. Holy fuck. Oh man, you need to work on your throwing skills, and also. Yeah, for real.